So setting up a mobile ad campaign is actually very simple. Okay, it's not difficult at all, and I want you to start getting into it and start doing it yourself, because I think you're gonna find it to be very, very interesting process. Nothing complicated, but you just have to get into it and just start doing it. Very intuitive. Very self-explanatory, very step-by-step process. There is nothing to it, my friend. If you can open up a Facebook account, you can set up a a mobile ad campaign. Okay, it's actually that simple. Like Mojiva here, as you can see here, you can reach 1 billion mobile users just with one network. Okay, how awesome is that? Another really good one is Millennial Media. This one is a really good network as well. These guys can actually create ads for you as well. They can create, help you create, make those creatives. One of my favorite is InMobi. This is a really cool network as well. Huge. They got massive reach. Edmoda is another really good one. I suggest you check out. And of course, you're going to be an advertiser, so you'll it's basically, again, just sign up as an advertiser, create yourself an account, and you are off to the races. SiteScout also provides mobile ad campaigns, and this is actually a pretty good network to run mobile ads on. And the cool thing with SiteScout is they actually assign you an account rep. You can contact them, you can call them up, you can talk to a real person, you can say, hey, I have a question about this, what do you think about this, can you give me suggestions on that, and they will look at that, 30 billion daily ad views. Okay, massive 30 billion. Okay. How would you like to tap into some of that? Okay, pretty cool stuff. Now what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to walk you through a very quick visual, just kind of give you a background, how to set up a campaign. So I'm just gonna use InMobi. All right, I've logged into my account and I clicked on create new campaign. Simple process. Listen, just like any other ad network. Okay, you name your campaign. Test campaign number 5 or number 4, whatever. Right. You set your start date. Do you want your start date to be when do you want your campaign to start? So you can actually set it out further, set it out, or you can start right away, whatever, right? That's going to be up to you. Available balance in your account. So this is where you fund your account. I like to fund my account as I like to pay as I go. So I don't really like to hold money in my accounts if I don't have to. Now some networks will require you to hold money in your account. I like to pay as I go. But here, you just basically decide how much do you want to, how much money do you want to dedicate to your account. I'm gonna say I'm gonna dedicate $50. Okay, you don't have to dedicate a lot. Do you want to have a daily budget for this campaign? Of course I do. I'm gonna have a daily budget of $10. Okay. Now it says actual daily spending may vary, 20% plus minus, right? But normally it's going to be that. So if I spend an extra $2, that's no big deal. All right, I'm going to click on save and create ad groups. Okay, I cannot have numbers in there, so I'm just going to say test campaign. Boom. We are good to go. Okay, so now I'm going to target. Look at that. So I'm going to create my ad group, okay, or actually basic settings. So before we create ad groups, we're going to target. So do you want to promote in apps? Okay. Do you want to generate leads? Do you want to promote content? What do you want to do here, right? I don't want to promote apps. I want to generate leads. So that's what I want, okay? Call to action URL, SMS, or call. Okay, so how do you want them to respond? In this case, if I'm going to send traffic to a website, obviously it's going to be URL. If you want somebody to take action by, entering the phone number or sending an SMS or something like that, then you would do that. For me, I'm just going to say URL. All right, select site, and you have to add a site. So site name, what are you promoting? Okay, internet traffic formula. Again, this is just an example. Site URL. The reason I don't want to give you anything specifics here is because I did that once in one of my trainings, other trainings, and we had like 1,000 people, promote the exact same URL that I gave out in the example video, and that was a nightmare. So I mean, I'm just showing you this as something to model after, so just kind of like the process. Okay. Click on register site. See how easy it is, okay? And you know, pick when do you want your ad to run. Obviously this date is set, you know, further out again depending on when you're watching this video. I just set this date to be way out, okay? Tracking solutions, okay? Do you want InMobi Analytics? I'm gonna say yes, I want InMobi Analytics, okay? There. Tracking URL, if you want to, you know, if you want to track URL, you can add tracking URL there. Ad group, I'm just gonna say, you know, let's say if I promote different businesses or different offers, I'm just gonna group them. You know, since this is just an example, I'm just gonna say, you know, test group. But if I was promoting, let's say, if I was promoting like, you know, a skincare and a biz app and some kind of, you know, and some kind of CPA offers or something like that, you know what I mean? So that then I would group them based on you know, on what I, okay, so it says invalid URL, okay, I'm just gonna say google.com. See, it actually checks for URLs. So geographic targeting, okay, do you want to target all devices? Do you want to target by, you know, handset groups, target by specific device? You know, you can pick and choose, right? You know, you can pick and choose. You know, if you wanna target just certain devices, you know, certain models, certain brands, you know, it gets that kind of leverage. So if you want to target, you know, iPhone users, so let's say if you just want your, you know, your ads to go to iPhone users, boom, you know, you can actually pick your you know, your targeting here, okay? Very detailed, okay? If you want to target just Android users, just, you know, the operating systems, Firefox operating system, I mean, as you can see here, this is very detailed, okay? Again, depending, I don't know what you're promoting, you can be promoting an offline business or service, but this gives you an ability, right, to target down to just to you know down to the model of the phone that you want to, you know, that you want people to see this on. Advanced targeting, okay, so you can actually you know, what browsers do you want them to be on, you know, mobile web application, yeah, I want them to go to, you know, I want my ads to show up on mobile web and applications, that's fine. Schedule, you know, you can target your audiences here, specific demographic groups, gender. You know, I want my ads to show only to males, or male female is good. I don't want teenagers to see my ad, right? So I want people who are 25, you know, 35 to 54, 55, or I can just say 21 plus, okay, to see my ads, right? I mean, as you can see, this is almost as precise as Facebook, you know, targeting. I mean, you can really narrow it down to the exact you know, to the exact demographic that you want, okay? Now take a look at this. Now we are into pricing, all right? So this is cost per click. I'm only gonna pay when somebody clicks on my ad, okay? So if my ad just displays, I'm not gonna pay anything, but when somebody clicks on it, that's when I'm gonna pay. And you know, here I can specify how much I'm gonna pay, and you know, it starts out at $1 cent. So I can specify how much, you know, how much I want to pay here. Set my daily limit, minimum $10. I'm going to say $10 per day, right? Save and add creative. Okay. Again, I'm just showing you this just to kind of walk you through and just to tell you that, listen, this is that easy. Okay. I mean, I don't need to, you know, we don't need to do a lot here. Ad type, you know, do you want it to be a text ad or banner ad? If you click on banner ad, see, it gives you these recommended dimensions, right? So what you do is you take these dimensions here and you go to like an Elancer or Guru.com and you hire, you know, somebody who's gonna, you know, design this ad for you, and you say, hey, I need my ad to be in these different sizes and dimensions, okay? And here are the formats I want. Okay, so I want it to be in JPG or GIF or PNG, one of these. And I want to make sure that the maximum banner size is no more than 400 kilobytes. So you get your creatives here, you load them up, and you're off to the races. You click on Save Creatives, and then you're gonna fund your account, and bingo, you are good to go. And then just a matter of looking at looking at your stats, and looking at which banner performs the best, and which one is performing the best. You leave that in, and the ones that are not performing good, you take a look at where the traffic is coming from. If the ad is not performing well, you remove it. That's as simple as that. That's what I do. I don't sweat over a lot of minor little details. I just look at the big picture and see what's working, do what's working, and what's not working, cut it out. That's basically it. So what we're gonna do right now is, I don't want to bombard you with a lot of information right now, especially if this is your first introduction to mobile. We will be getting into mobile a lot in more depth, as far as we're gonna have more advanced trainings coming up here as we progress into the into the future here together with Internet Traffic Formula. So we'll be diving into more of the advanced type material on mobile marketing, but that is not going to prevent you from starting your ad campaign right now. So what I would like you to do is take it easy, okay? Take it one step at a time. I found something a long time ago that when people get overwhelmed with information, if I'm just if I start showing you all these crazy techniques, these advanced strategies, and you'll be like, man, this just makes my head hurt, and really in reality you don't need any of the advanced stuff right away. Just start getting out there, put your first ad campaign out there, spend $10, see how it goes for you, okay? Then bring your questions to the live coaching call. Let's talk about it, right? And then we're gonna get into more advanced stuff as we go into the future. Obviously, you've invested into Internet Traffic Formula. When we have the next round of students come in, for example, right? Then we can, really, you're gonna be at the level to where you will understand the basics, right? And then we'll be adding on more advanced type stuff, and of course you'll have that stuff available to you for free. Okay, so that's mobile for you. Believe it or not, it's not complicated. It's actually very simple. Right now, go start exploring those networks, and I'll see you in the next module.